One free donut per customer with digital coupon. Available the day after each Trojan victory while supplies last. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. And proud partner of USC Athletics. Fight on.
Now, Two Pigeons and Coach Prime bemoaning the fact you can stream DirecTV satellite-free.
These humans get the biggest college football games on DirecTV,
and we don't even get a satellite dish.
Enough squawking.
It's Coach Prime.
Bring it in. Sure, they could get all that college football without a dish, but you still got your passion, your drive, your resolve, your
incredible career as a football icon?
No, that's me.
Stream the biggest college football games. No satellite dish. Visit DirecTV.com.
For a USC touchdown.
It's time for the USC Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Modelo.
The fighting spirit of the USC Trojans.
We will break down the game, hear some highlights, and take your calls.
USC football is a final, and we wrap it up right now.
Here are your hosts, Jason Schwartz and Sua Cravens.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Trojans Wrap Up, presented by Modelo, or as we call it plenty of times here, USC Trojan Football Therapy. Sua Cravens, Jason Schwartz,
therapy
with you. Because I think a lot of us need
torture.
it.
This is torture. This is not therapy.
Well, listening to us is torture?
Huh?
Listening to us is supposed to be the therapy, not the torture.
Well,
you think listening to you is torture?
There's a lot of things I think is torture. Let's just get started.
29-28, the final score in College Park, Maryland. Maryland 29, USC 28. The Trojans are 3-4 on the season.
Woo!
1-4 in the Big Ten.
That's exactly what we wanted.
866-961 ESPN is our number. 866-961-3776. Give us a call. Get in the queue.
Get a W.
Plenty to talk about today for sure. Sua, I'll pass the ball over to you. Where do you want to start?
Hey, man, where would you like to start? We could start with my fantasy lineup. I feel like, that's more relevant than what we're going to talk about right now because
I got a spot. I got 3 receivers. I need to pick one for tomorrow, but what?
Another game, fourth quarter with the lead. Guess what happened? We lost. Who would have thought that would happen? For a fourth week in a row now?
Another game, where we had a chance to put the game away. But you're playing Maryland, and all due respect to Maryland, but it's not the kind of team that you really want to be in a position. I get it. Going on the road is tough.
They
going across
scheduled
the country.
us on their homecoming. The disrespect to how dare you? You think you about to have a
You're channeling your inner John Jackson right now, or what?
No, for real. That's so disrespectful. Like, that's what you do in high school when we want everybody to have a great time and there's a party after the game. So let's schedule Marietta Mesa and we're going to beat them by 60 points and it's a great little after party. But Maryland, they're going crazy. They popping champagne and eating crab cakes. What is going on? We just lost to Maryland on their homecoming.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. The level of disrespect. We're not taking steps forward.
Who's feeling the disrespect? The level of disrespect to us?
If you are a USC Trojan at all, student, fan, parent, being scheduled on somebody's homecoming is so disrespectful. You go in there and you stomp them and teach them a lesson. Don't you ever schedule this school again when y'all want to celebrate. Mm-hmm. And they're going crazy, and they deserve to celebrate.
But I'll tell you what, though, on the other side, on the flip side, too, if you're Maryland and you're a Maryland fan who's coming to your homecoming game against USC, I can guarantee they saw that game on the schedule and they were like, oh, it's going to be a loss for homecoming. Hope we have a great day. Hope
100%.
we have a great time at the tailgate. Hope we have a great time in the first half. We'll leave at halftime. We'll go out to the bars. We'll watch the second half from the bars. We'll have a great time. It's gonna be fun to see everyone. They did not expect to win this game.
Rose Bar in downtown DC is going up tonight. Stadiums is going up tonight, and it's because USC yet again, fourth quarter, and we just collapse. And we don't know why we collapse.
So how do you feel about the fact that right now the DMV is just so happy? Everyone in the DMV is partying. All your former neighbors, your former friends. How are you feeling about that?
Well, sir, to give you a geography lesson, actually the Commanders are in Virginia, so I'm nowhere near
DMV,
Silver Springs,
DMV.
Maryland. Yeah, but
DC, Maryland, Virginia.
It's like Nova. They call that part of Virginia Nova because it's not close to DC. You had to be there. Yeah, and I don't think you wanted to be there when I was. Okay.
866-961-ESPN is our number. 866-961-3776. The number to call after USC falls to Maryland 29-28. We're more than halfway through the regular season, and USC under 500 at 3-4. And hey, Pete,
great.
Pete brought it up. I mean, it's so crazy because
it's a good buddy.
It's so crazy because I know after the LSU win and then the almost win at Michigan, we're talking about potential. We're talking about what potential this team had. Now we got to talk about a bowl game and whether or not that. I mean, Pete brought it up to wrap things up. Is now you gotta get to 6 wins.
We got a close up, Parker. I'm a man. Kevin Craven's raised a man. I need to apologize to everybody that's listening to a very. This is so hard to do. I'm sorry, Paul Feinbaum. I am sorry. You were right. For every hair follicle you're missing, you were just the same amount of right about my Trojans. I can't deny it. What has taken place over the last month and a half, you were right. You got carried away and you got a little disrespectful. But for the little things that you said that were factual about the team, I cannot deny. I apologize for calling you out. Because look at us now. Woo! 3-4, baby. Holiday Bowl around the corner.
All right, if you want to give us a call to talk about today's game, or if you're Paul Feinbaum and you want to call to accept Sua's apology, 866-961-3776 is our number. Let's take a break. We're going to come back. We will play some clips of the game and let you listen in on how it all sounded out in College Park, Maryland today as USC falls to the Terps 29-28.
How many times are you going to say
the final score? This is Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo on the ESPN LA Trojans Media Network.
Hey, Trojan fans, we've got some big news. USC Credit Union just got even bigger. Now everyone in LA and Orange counties can join the team. Here, you're not just another face in the crowd. You get better rates, bigger savings, and profits that go right back to you. This isn't just banking. It's not-for-profit banking, where you come first. With access to the largest shared banking network nationwide and on-the-go mobile banking, managing your money has never been easier. Ready to join something big? Open your account in minutes at usccreditunion.org. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Love staying ahead of the game with the latest tech? Meet Helium Mobile, the first phone carrier powered by the people. Experience coverage from the nation's largest 5G network and a network built by people like you. For just $20 a month, get unlimited talk, text, and data. Plus, earn crypto for contributing to the network, which you can use to pay your phone plan. Whether you're a USC Trojans fan, student, employee, or just trying to save a buck on your phone bill, Helium Mobile is for you. Make the switch today at HelloHelium.com. Fight on.
No matter what you're looking for in a non-alcoholic beer, there's only one name that has it all. Athletic Brewing Co. Full flavor? It's athletic. Huge variety? It's athletic. Award-winning styles you can get online, at the bar, or the grocery store? It's athletic. In fact, when it comes to amazing non-alcoholic beer, there's no question. It's athletic. Ask for it and find out. Go to askforathletic.com to find your closest retailer today. Near Beer.
It's time to recharge, reconnect, and rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino. And with your resort favorites back in action, there's all of the excitement and comfort you love with the peace of mind you can depend on. So whenever you're ready for a little rest, a little relaxation, and a lot of fun, we'll be here. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino today.
You're listening to USC football on the home of the Trojans, 710 ESPN. Fight on.
Whether it is before, after, or during the game, stop by Lazy Dog Restaurants at LA Live for handcrafted, made-from-scratch meals. LazyDogRestaurants.com.
Welcome back to Trojans Wrap Up, presented by Modelo. Sua Craven's Jason Schwartz with you. Trojans falling in Maryland today. Taking your calls here in a moment. 866-961-3776 is our number. Give us a call. But before we get to the calls, we got to play the sound bites.
Yeah, there you go.
The sound bites.
Don't you trigger me, bro.
Sua's informed me that if we call them
Miller Lights.
H blank lights, Sua's leaving if we call him that.
Don't you dare call him. There's nothing to highlight.
Hey, there were some good plays and good performances, including one of the best catches we'll see from a USC receiver or any receiver this entire college football season. So let's listen back to how it all sounded, Trojans and Terps, and we go back to USC's first touchdown of the game. It was a slow start offensively for both teams, but end of the first quarter, Trojans able to get on the board.
Moss claps his hands once, then twice, then takes the snap of the ball. Looks left towards the end zone. Kyron Hudson, he's got it. He's in the end zone. That's a touchdown, USC. That time it was a perfectly thrown ball, and Hudson able to gather it in, either though he had a guy kind of hanging all over him. And a touchdown for the Trojans breaks the scoreless deadlock here late. Matter of fact, at the end of the first quarter, that is the last play other than the extra point try here of the first quarter.
Woo, great catch. Touchdown.
Trojans wouldn't have the lead for long, though. Maryland came right back. They scored their first touchdown of the game on the very next possession to start off the second quarter. So game was tied 7-7, but the Trojans before halftime would pull away by a couple of scores, and this is the pass that I was just referencing, the catch I was referencing. Jacoby Lane, what a grab for this touchdown.
Throwing for the end zone, and it is a one-handed grab. That is a great catch by Jacoby Lane, and a touchdown USC. Wow. Sticky gloves and all. I don't know how he did it, but he got it. He is big, and he can jump, and he beats his man Fisher, and the touchdown counts, and the Trojans are on the board and lead 14-7, assuming the extra point goes through.
This is the only play I will acknowledge.
Hell of a grab. Can you call it a highlight?
This is a highlight.
Hey,
hell of a grab. Jacoby, one-handed on that boy's head top, dunked him out in front of his family. Now he got to go answer questions even after homecoming. So, Jacoby, hell of a catch.
And Trojans were up 14-7 there. Defense got a stop, and then USC got in the end zone again before the end of the first half.
A handoff to Marks, into the line, down to the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1, falls forward, into the end zone. Touchdown, Woody Marks, touchdown, USC. Well, they didn't score on the last play of the second quarter like they did in the first, but pretty close. 21 seconds left, and SC goes up by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, good touchdown.
Another great game from Woody Marks, too. Yeah. 17 carries, 82 yards, a touchdown, involved in the passing game as well. He continues his solid season. Trojans then, just before heading to the locker room, would come up with their first takeaway of the game.
Edwards in the shotgun, line movement, snaps the ball back. It's loose on the ground, and it is recovered, I believe, by SC. Yes, it is. Solomon Tuliapupu comes up with the fumble recovery with 5 seconds to go in the half. Well, now let's wind up and throw it along the other way. I mean, what the heck?
I completely forgot that happened. And that shows we should have lost by 2 touchdowns today if we are getting lucky like that and still found a way to lose the game.
Why do you think there was that, before they went to the locker room, they took a timeout and then took a knee with 1 second left? Do you have any idea what was happening there?
We can't even get to the half correctly. Don't ask me these questions. We can't even get to halftime in a normal way. Okay, I feel like I'm watching a regular show where just anything random is going to happen. I don't know.
No more questions for Sue. All right, on to the second half. USC was up 21-7 at the break, but Maryland came out hot. They had momentum in that third quarter, scored a touchdown to make it 21-14. Then driving, they were knocking on the door for another touchdown, and USC, the defense, came up with an interception to stop that drive.
Edwards on 4th down with his team trailing by 7 late third quarter. Edwards will throw. Back to pass. Wait. Lob for the end zone. Intercepted in the end zone by Jalen Smith. And the Trojans have turned them away again. First interception of the year. for Jalen Smith. Third try on a fourth down for Maryland today. On a 4th and short for the third time, the Trojans have turned them away. How do you do?
Now, I'm not sure if the quarterback was off the sauce after the TV timeout, but that might have been one of the worst throws. It looked like that boy Stevie Wonder threw that ball into the end zone. Like, there was about 3 people around. If it wasn't, anybody could have. It was 3 flags up. That was an awful throw.
That was tough. But USC would take advantage for the moment as they drove down the field to go up by 2 scores. Miller Moss throwing his 3rd touchdown pass of the game.
Branch and Robinson to the far side. Kyle Ford, little used so far for the Trojans, caught 1 pass today. The fake to Marks. Moss steps up, pocket breaks down, throws. Robinson all alone at the 12. Catches and takes everybody for a ride into the end zone. Touchdown USC. Good luck bringing that guy down, and he only had a couple of guys near him. Deuce Robinson got loose at the 12, and after that it was see you later.
Kyle lied. I'll acknowledge this one too. This was weight room. No white tees in the club. This is why you do your squats. You don't skip leg day so you don't get dragged into the end zone for 12 yards by a light-skinned man. You know how embarrassing that is? He's going to have to – I'm trying to tell you, like, that stuff matters. You might not know, Jason, but you got carried into the end zzone by a light skin with, like, light eyes, and, oh, man, they're going to talk all types of crazy to him in the locker room.
I definitely don't know. 28-14, that was the score at the time, and then things would unravel from there. Trojans, a couple of chances to put the game away. Maryland scoring, getting the 2-point conversion to make it a 6-point game. USC had a late field goal blocked. It was returned. There was a lateral, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah,
this is how the last touchdown sounded.
Edwards gives it to Hemby. No, he'll keep it into the end zone. Billy Edwards with a touchdown. And the Maryland Terrapins have tied the game with 53 seconds left in it. And remember those 6 seconds that ran off the clock during the 2-point conversion. From 102 to 56, the clock is not supposed to run during a 2-point conversion.
Confusion.
The Turtles, bro.
All right, that's how it all sounded. 866-961-3776. 866-961-ESPN. That's the number to call. We're going to get to the calls next on Trojans Wrap Up, presented by Modelo on the ESPN LA USC Trojans Media Network.
We're not just the Trojans, we're your Trojans. Coach Lincoln Riley here to let you know how to customize your Wells Fargo debit card or open an account today and show your Trojan pride with every purchase. Get started at wellsfargo.com/Trojans. Wells Fargo is proud to be the official retail bank of USC Athletics.
Copyright 2024 Wells Fargo Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
At Audi, expectations matter. It's why what's standard on every Audi SUV are features that exceed yours. How we get there matters. The Audi family of SUVs. Progress you can feel.
Don't let someone else drive off in the Audi model you've always wanted. Visit your Southern California Audi dealer to get behind the wheel of yours today. Or visit SoCalAudiDealers.com for more information.
Tommy Trojan is at the 10, the 5, touchdown, USC! Make big plays on the field and in life. With iTrust Capital, you can buy and sell crypto 24/7 with the tax benefits of a retirement account. That's right, invest in crypto with the tax advantages of an IRA. iTrust Capital is easy to use and has no sign-up fees. Don't be a Monday morning quarterback. Make big plays now. Visit iTrustCapital.com/USC to start investing today. The official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans. Taxes and conditions may apply. Fees apply. Cryptocurrencies are a speculative investment.
If your day sounds like
we need the report ASAP,
you deserve Modelo. If you've persevered through, you deserve this rich golden lager with a crisp but refreshing taste. Or if you overcame,
2 more reps, 2 more.
You deserve this ice cold reward. Modelo, remarkable fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, it's Travis. You're listening to USC Maryland right now on 710. We'll be talking about the game on Monday, plus the Dodgers and all of the NFL action. The Trav and DeMarco Show, Monday at 9 a.m. on 710 ESPN, the home of the Trojans. Fight on.
Hey, Trojan fans, celebrate every Trojan win and enjoy the sweet taste of victory with a free donut at Ralph's the day after the win. Download your digital coupon from the Ralph's app to score your free donut at any Los Angeles area Ralph's store. Welcome back to Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo. Sua Cravens and Jason Schwartz with you. Most of you know it by now if you're tuning in to us. USC lost today to Maryland, 29-28. And we are here to hear from you, 866-961-ESPN, 866-961-3776. And Sua, we've done this plenty of times. We know the drill. We ready to go? Let's hear what Helen of Troy has to say. We got Helen in Texas on the line, our leadoff hitter. Helen, welcome to the show. And
Hi, guys.
Let's hear it.
Thanks for taking my calls.
Of course.
Well, I think Woody had a great day, and I love Jacoby's single-handed catch. Deuce is still doing his great catches. But, it's getting very hard to be positive because, I'm a Pittsburgh girl who loves defense, and the 3 times they applied pressure to the quarterback, it was successful. I don't know why sacking is a dirty word in our defense, but it is. We're being known as a team who does not stop fourth downs. 4th and 1, 4th and 10, it doesn't matter. They will get the first down. I could go on, but why add to the disappointment? It's like we're cursed. Perhaps we need to call in a shaman and cover the team with that sage smoke and chanting. I don't know. It couldn't hurt. Only thing I can say is I'll talk with you guys again Friday or early Saturday morning.
Sheesh, man.
Fight on and beat the Knights.
Helen.
I'm depressed.
Helen. Oh, my God.
We're here for you, Helen. Hugs over the radio.
Helen, man.
Hugs
Over the phone
for me
line.
Too. Hugs and kisses over the radio, but it's going to take a lot. I don't think we're going to win another game.
Oh,
that's
my God.
for sure.
Helen. How's your new granddaughter, Helen?
Oh, wow.
Oh, everybody's fine.
We're ruining her first few
now.
days, Helen. We're ruining her first few days on this earth. We're letting her
tell us something good. Everyone was doing well. I
She deserves better.
Let's hear the positive vibes.
Yeah, so she's looking beautiful. She has raven hair, and she's gained she's gained a definite ounce, almost an ounce and a half. So she's
putting on that weight
suckling
like
well.
She's getting all that
players in the
colostrum,
offseason.
all the colostrum she needs in her system. God bless her heart.
Yep, she is. And it's Guinness beer that makes the best nursing milk. I know this for
Yeah, and you know what else helps that, Helen? Winning games!
A glass of dark beer.
Oh, my God.
All right, Helen. Hey, thanks for the call and short week.
Love you
Short
guys.
week. Hope we can
Love you
turn
too,
this
Helen.
around quick. See you, Helen.
Oh,
All right, Helen
did
and
you
Troy.
hear? Dude,
The sound in her voice.
Oh, wow. We're like the Grinch that stole Christmas, man. That's how it feels right now. I feel like I personally let Helen down myself.
Dude, you were here for her. That's what's important. You
I
were
can't
here
console her the way
You
that
were
she
here
needs
for
to
her.
be consoled right now.
I think she feels better having talked to you. Honestly, I do.
Well, I hope so.
She got it out. She let everyone know. Let's go to Stan in Orange County. Stan, welcome to Trojans Wrap Up.
Hi, Jason. Hi, Sue. Thanks for taking my call. I am so tired of Lincoln Riley's comments about how we're 3 plays away or 4 plays away from being undefeated. That implies that it's the player's fault when it's Lincoln Riley who is not putting the team in the best position to close out and win these tight games. And in any event, good coaches win those games. His late game play calling is horrendous. His late game management and clock management are god awful. $88 million buyout. Jen Cohen should take away his play calling duties so that he can try to concentrate on being a head coach. She should force him to hire an offensive coordinator and then force him to surrender play calling duties to the offensive coordinator. And then she should force him to hire the equivalent of a bench coach in baseball to focus on late game management and clock management.
So what exactly?
And then, after that.
So what would he be doing exactly in this scenario?
Overall management of the game. It seems that he gets lost in play calling and what's next on his script sheet that he doesn't have the proper feel for the game, particularly late.
But you just said to hire someone to take over clock management.
Yeah. Somebody who should be there to say, Lincoln, you're going on 14 seconds. You didn't call timeout. You know, James Franklin had to do it for you. You got 3 timeouts, Lincoln. We can't take them into next week. We've got to maneuver for a score or a game-winning field goal against Penn State. Use your timeouts, Lincoln. You got 3. We got 1:14 left. Somebody who's on him because he gets lost.
You don't think in his headset he's got anybody on staff? They don't talk through. I mean, look, Stan, I hear you, and I hear your complaints. But I just think you're describing the job of a head coach. So they're not going to hire someone. You know, you're not going to hire people to come in and do the job of a head coach when you have a head coach.
Well, I'm open to suggestions, Jason, because this is the 4th game in a row where poor clock management and time management have cost us games that were not only winnable, but games that we should have won.
100%. And we can make it as simple as this. I don't care what a single player or coach has to say after a game. Your head coach is your identity of your team. That is plain and simple. I don't care about any politically correct answer and all the right things to say when people ask tough questions at tough times and after tough losses and we show our character. I don't care about the he say, she say. I don't. The identity of the team is top down. Head coach to assistant coaches to coordinators to GAs all the way through the training staff to the players. So when they win, we praise the head coach and his genius and everything he provides. And when they lose, we're going to do the same thing and hold top down accountable. Lincoln Riley has not done a good job late in the games for the last 3 to 4 weeks in a row now. And as I've been saying for the entirety of this season, last season, and the season before, we are not good enough in any scenario to make mistakes on our own, give up the ball on our own, and try to play comeback football when we don't have the depth, the bodies on the O-line or D-line, or mentality to finish. So when we praise the head man down to the players, it's all good. But we need to be able to look ourselves in the mirror and be accountable from everything from the same exact angle, top down. The head coach doesn't know how to finish right now, and that's why our team doesn't know how to finish right now. It isn't he saying let's pick and point fingers. No. When we win, it's top down, so when we lose, it's top down. Plain and simple.
Hey, Stan, thanks so much for the call. Appreciate it. Again, final today, SC falls to Maryland 29-28. We'll get to more of your calls. 866-961-ESPN, 866-961-3776 is our number. Get to more calls when we come back next on Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo on the ESPN LA USC Trojans Media Network.
Hey, it's Mace, and this is USC football back where it belongs on 710 ESPN. KSPN Los Angeles, a good Karma Brands radio station. Fight on!
USC Football and Children's Hospital Los Angeles continue to support the pediatric needs of our community. For over 120 years, CHLA has been at the forefront of providing exceptional medical care for children across California. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as the #1 children's hospital in California, CHLA has consistently ranked among the top national hospitals and has been on the honor roll of best children's hospitals since its inception. Whether it's routine care or life-saving treatment, families trust CHLA for its world-class pediatric care. To learn more, visit chla.org today.
Hi, it's Hannah, and welcome to the HannahCast. Today, Piggy Bank's gonna fuel our episode with questions about Arco Rewards. Yep, earn up to $5 in rewards at sign up. And 5 cents on every gallon. Sounds pretty sensible, if you ask me. Oh, all this savings talk making you hungry? Here you go. Learn how to earn at arcorewards.com.
By entering your phone number, you're agreeing to receive recurring automated informational and marketing SMS, MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
USC Trojan fans, Smart Stop Self Storage is ready for game day. Smart Stop Self Storage is committing to making the self-storage experience easy and hassle-free for all Trojan fans. Whether you're storing your Trojans tailgate gear, need temporary storage while moving to a new home, or need a storage solution for your business, we're here for you with convenient locations throughout Southern California. Smart Stop Self Storage, the smarter way to store. Visit smartstop.com to reserve your space today. Fight on. Fight on.
Hey, Trojan fans. Celebrate every Trojan win and enjoy the sweet taste of victory with a free donut at Ralph's the day after the win. Download your digital coupon from the Ralph's app to score your free donut at any Los Angeles area Ralph's store. It's our way of saying thanks. One free donut per customer with digital coupon. Available the day after each Trojan victory while supplies last. Ralph's, fresh for everyone, and proud partner of USC Athletics. Fight on.
You're listening to USC Football on the home of the Trojans, 710 ESPN. Fight on.
Introducing Salaya Tequila, brought to you by USC football legends Matt and Ryan Khalil. Celebrate your story with homegrown spirits, Salaya Tequila.
Welcome back to Trojans Wrap Up, presented by Modelo. 866-961-3776 is our number if you want to give us a call and talk about today's game. USC falls to 3-4, a losing record, 1-4 in the Big Ten after a 29-28 loss to Maryland. Sua Craven's Jason Schwartz with you, and was just perusing Twitter during the break, and listen to this stat. Paolo Uggetti of ESPN tweeted, USC has held a fourth quarter lead in all 7 of their games this season and has a losing record. Over the last 20 seasons, over 200 teams have had a fourth quarter lead in all 7 games. You want to guess how many others had a losing record?
0. 1.
One other.
Us?
One other. No, well, one other. Like us another year?
Us again?
Us another year? I don't think it was us another year, no. But man, we've had a fourth quarter lead in all 7 games this season. All 7 games.
Hey man. Hey man. You practice every week. Every football player that's ever strapped on a helmet knows. You practice 2-minute drill and 4-minute offense. And our 2-minute all in defense and 4-minute offense is atrocious right now.
I'm going back to something you said before the break, too. You're talking about, not being good enough to overcome stuff late and whatever. And the thing is that at a certain point, when you're USC, all right, when you're USC and there is an expectation of greatness from your fan base, from your supporters, from everybody throughout the institution, right? I mean, at a certain point, it's not about – you got to go and beat Maryland. You got to go and beat Minnesota, right? I mean, at a certain point, you got to show these other schools that you are better than them. You're not squeaking. You're not coming away with one that you just squeaked out. And that's, forget the fact that we're not good enough to make up these plays and come back later, whatever it is. Like, we got to be good enough at some point to go and win a game by a couple of scores. I'm just saying.
Like, is that let's just say instead of saying, are we good enough to come back? Are we good enough?
But what's crazy is we were in a position to beat Penn State last week. We were in a position to beat Michigan. And it's just kind of crazy to sort of be kind of at an even playing field every week, no matter who you're playing, whether you're playing the toughest games on your schedule or some of the weakest games on your schedule.
And that's why it has nothing to do with like, we need this recruiting class. Like, obviously, yes, you need a top 5 or top 10 recruiting class consistently if you want to be consistently good. But good coaches know how to take talent and win. Like, for instance, Kyle Whittingham. Tell me one single year he's had a top 5 recruiting class. Matter of fact, top 10. Give me 1 year Kyle Whittingham consistently was bring a top 10. He doesn't do it. He only brings in guys he knows that are going to be physical, that can tackle, that are cerebral and are smart, and can play fast. If you can do that, he'll bring you as a senior from a JUCO if he has to, and then you'll end up being a freaking all Pac-12 or all conference player because you bought into what Kyle does. Like, at the end of the day, it's coaching. It doesn't, and these games are close enough to where even though Penn State has this great defense with all these 5 stars, we were ahead in the game in the fourth quarter and had the ball. Even though we're playing Michigan, who just won a national championship, and they bring in these top 5, top 10 classes every year, they beat us on a game-winning drive. So LSU, another one, top 5 recruiting classes consistently. We beat them to open up the season. So, like, this is identity, and we don't have one, and we don't know how to finish. And when it all starts falling down, we panic. And that's what you're seeing late in games.
Let's go to the phone lines. We got Yolanda, who's from Downey, but she's in Maryland. She was at the game today. Yolanda, welcome to Trojans Wrap Up.
Hi, guys.
Are you Sue's mom?
I'm here with
Yolanda, is this Sue's mom, Yolanda?
This is not Mrs. Craven.
No, Yolanda
Mrs. Craven.
Salazar.
Sue said
but
Mrs. Craven's not allowed to call the show.
I can sign off. No, I'm here with my friends, Joe from Burbank, Francine from Gaithersburg, Maryland, and my other friend, Brian from Cheverly, Maryland. We came out because, we hope to have a win because of the last brutal losses with Michigan, Penn State. It was just hard to swallow that. But when we arrived and we were up on the top floor, right behind the band, and it was hot, they played the Maryland team. The band was playing our fight song, and I thought that was kind of weird. I'm like, what the hell is that about? But then I thought, oh, is that being nice? And I thought, no, that's kind of being disrespectful. So when that happened, I didn't have a good feeling, but I'm like, okay, we're going to get through this. So at halftime, when we were up, I thought, okay, this is going to be good. We then left the top floor, went down to the bottom floor at the 0-yard line. We snuck in, and from right there, it was no good because I saw the defense, and I don't know the plays and the calls, but the defense looked tired, and it just the rhythm and the hunger that Maryland.
Yolanda, when in the game are you talking about? Is this at the end?
Yeah, like it's at the end of the third quarter, going to the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Like we just ran out of gas. We can't close it, and I kept shaking my head because those Maryland fans, they were hungry. They wanted to win. They had that fire in their belly.
We heard most of them left at halftime.
But not the ones that were there with us, and it was just awful to look at. And then when the fans stormed the field, I felt like I was gonna vomit. It was terrible. I couldn't take it, and I was sitting there stunned. And I don't know. Joe, do you want to say something? Here's Joe.
Hey.
What's
up, Joe?
Hey. Now, they played tough, but coaching is an issue, and I'll just leave it at that. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, thanks.
Thanks,
That might be the first time. Thanks, Yolanda. Thanks, Joe. I think that's the first time we've ever had a 2-for-1. No one's ever brought a friend on before.
Well, the friend said it because to add to my point that I was just making about recruiting, and this is coaching, Kyle Whittingham in the last 10 years has broke the top 25 one time recruiting, and it was 23 per 24/7 Sports. So if anybody wants to fact check me and be like, oh, you were off, shut up.
There's a lot of numbers there.
Okay? Last 10 years, Kyle has had one top 25 recruiting class. But he gets his players to play hard, physical, and to finish. They are disciplined and well coached. Even when they're down, they are hard to beat, even when they are a down team. We don't have that identity, plain and simple.
Let's go to Brian in Pacific Palisades. Brian, welcome back to the show. You're on Trojans Wrap Up.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I called up to the Michigan game and said that our defense isn't much better, and you laughed at me, which is your prerogative. And
no, Brian. I believe, Brian, you said that we are
no
different than we were 1 year ago.
Don't you get on this line and start gaslighting, Brian. I swear, I promise you.
Okay, anyway.
I bet you want to move on. I bet you do.
We keep receipts, Brian.
We're no better than we were last year. Well, the stat that you just came up with that, we had a lead going into the second half and we lost. That's one point that kind of bolsters my opinion. Two, we were up again by 2 touchdowns and we lost. 3, even though it's on offense and it's a field goal, allowing the defender to come in and block the field goal, you're kind of defending your player to...
No, that's not how that works. Secondly, if you're on offense and you're winning by 2 touchdowns going into halftime, and then the other team scores 2 touchdowns and now the game is tied, not only would that mean that the defense didn't stop them, that would mean the offense also didn't score, correct?
I understand that. I'm just talking about defense now, so stay with me.
So are we?
Wait, let's just let Brian make his point, and then we'll let you.
But
roast
what
him.
is Brian's point? Because
we're
he's
not
talking about a lot of nothing. Like, tell me exactly what you're trying to say.
Brian.
How is this defense the same as last year's? Answer that question directly.
Just Brian, what's the thesis here of the call?
I'm trying to answer, but you keep interrupting me.
So answer it directly.
Okay. The fact that we have this new defensive coordinator, like when we had Clay Helton, we didn't expect much.
Oh, my God, bro. I don't care about a whataboutism. If you
Brian,
can't tell
Brian,
me
Brian,
the exact reason,
tell
then you
tell
don't
us
have
the
an
point,
answer.
Brian.
Okay, this is a call-in show, so you have to let
Hey,
me
Brian, but you know what I can do?
Brian,
I can tell my producer to
Brian,
hit the phone on
we
you
don't have
right
to do
now.
anything, Brian. We appreciate the call, Brian, but can you tell it? We'll give you one more chance. Tell it what is the point? What's the overall point?
Our expectations should be higher with a better defensive coordinator, and our defense is allowing more losses worse losses than last year.
Brian, all you have to do is Google the simple numbers of USC's defense last year, which was almost in last place in almost every category. And if we're not in last place in almost every category now, that would indeed be an objective fact that we are not the same as last year. And please don't think you run anything but your mouth on this show. My boy. Understood? Got you. Next caller. Appreciate you.
Thanks for the call, Brian. This year's
slipped and bumped his head talking crazy.
This year's problems are not last year's problems. Unfortunately, there are still problems, and that's not a good thing. You'd like to have a season without them.
But you're not about to deny objective truths that we can all Google.
Brian, the defense is not the weakness this year that it was last year, and that is just
we've been winning in the fourth quarter every single game. We just said that. Last year, we were giving up 40 points a game. Like, what are you talking about? Is this Brian from Family Guy? Are you a fictional character that I'm just talking to myself on the radio? Like, do you actually watch? Hey, don't waste my time again, my boy. Please don't do it. I'll be trying to be nice to you, but you overstep thinking that you run anything, talking about this a call-in show. All right? Shut your ass up and sit home, okay? Enjoy your weekend.
Brian did get one thing right there. This is, in fact, a call-in show, and the number to call is 866-961-3776. We're going to take a break here on Trojans Wrap-Up presented by Modelo. Modelo, the fighting spirit of the USC Trojans. Back with more calls after this break on the ESPN LA USC Trojans Media Network.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Welcome to the Postmates Wellness Retreat. Let's start by breathing. Phase in, phase out. Picture a big, juicy burger with melted cheese on a toasted brioche bun. And it's all free of fees. Now let's make that vision a reality.
Go fee-free with Postmates. No delivery fee or service fee on eligible orders over $50. Offer terms and exclusions apply. See app for details.
Love staying ahead of the game with the latest tech? Meet Helium Mobile, the first phone carrier powered by the people. Experience coverage from the nation's largest 5G network and a network built by people like you. For just $20 a month, get unlimited talk, text, and data. Plus, earn crypto for contributing to the network, which you can use to pay your phone plan. Whether you're a USC Trojans fan, student, employee, or just trying to save a buck on your phone bill, Helium Mobile is for you. Make the switch today at HelloHelium.com. Fight on.
Tommy Trojan is at the 10, the 5, touchdown, USC! Make big plays on the field and in life. With iTrust Capital, you can buy and sell crypto 24/7 with the tax benefits of a retirement account. That's right, invest in crypto with the tax advantages of an IRA. iTrust Capital is easy to use and has no sign-up fees. Don't be a Monday morning quarterback. Make big plays now. Visit iTrustCapital.com/USC to start investing today. The official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans. Taxes and conditions may apply. Fees apply. Cryptocurrencies are a speculative investment.
This is USC football on the home of the Trojans. 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Your destination for LA sports. Fight on!
Hey, Trojans fans! Celebrate every Trojan win and enjoy the sweet taste of a victory with a free donut at the Ralph's the day after the win. Download your digital coupon from Ralph's app to score your free donut at any Los Angeles area Ralph's store. And that's if we win.
Welcome back to Trojans Wrap-Up presented by Modelo, Sua Cravens, and Jason Schwartz. Things getting a little testy here. But just so you all know out there, just a warning. If you're going to call the show, we're upset too. We're upset too.
I'm not upset. This is how I am on the regular.
We're upset too. Oh, man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm not a joy to be around.
I'm sorry.
Apparently.
That's why we don't hang out outside of the show.
That's why you've stood me up a few times on that golf course.
866-961-3776 is our number. Trojans fall to Maryland 29-28. USC's 3-4 on the season, 1-4 in the Big Ten. Let's keep it on rolling here. We got John in Pasadena. John, welcome to Trojans Wrap-Up.
Yes, good evening, gentlemen. I always appreciate your show.
Thank you, John.
I called you once last season. You answered my call, and I decided I was so upset last year, and I've been so upset this year. I haven't wanted to trouble you with a call. But I want to go to the issue of game management. And I've got a serious question for you. And maybe your answer will help clarify what's going on. I was absolutely stunned by Lincoln Riley's call at the end of the half with 1 second left, and he calls a meaningless timeout to save 1 second, and then the team goes in a tunnel. And I wonder if that's really a mirror into Lincoln Riley's thinking. I wonder, what is he thinking? Is that the most important thing to be thinking about? Is saving 1 second before the start of the second half with the whole game on the line?
I mean, John, to be honest, we brought this up earlier in the show. I don't know if you heard us during the clips version of the show.
So they don't say
the clips. But no, we brought it up, and quite honestly, I don't know. We don't know. I'm not sure why a timeout was called there. Anything, it would be just complete speculation. But yeah, the timeout was called with 1 second. They took a knee, and then that was that. I mean, I'm not going to point at that moment or that play to say, hey, that's a microcosm of the season or that cost us the game.
It's just a weird play.
But it was bizarre, and I haven't heard anybody explain it or even bring it up after the game.
Well, I've been watching USC football since 1965. I've been watching college and pro football since 1965. I've never seen anything like it from a head coach. So thanks for commenting on it.
Yeah, absolutely, John. Thanks for the call, and call us anytime, John. You're not troubling us.
Yeah, not
one
at
bit,
all,
John.
man.
We appreciate it. Good to hear from you again.
We'd love to hear the insights.
Let's keep it rolling. We got our good friend Pam. Pam in Temple City. Pam.
Oh, snap.
Pam, welcome to the show, Pam.
Now I'm getting nervous because I don't want you to yell at me, Sue.
Pam, now, come on now. Come on. I would never yell
Because
at
I don't
you.
know if I have good things to say, but what I have to say, you guys covered, and Stan did too, this has to do with the coaching. When we won, when Riley first came, it was because of Caleb. It was in spite of Riley. Last year we regressed, and this year we've regressed. And Riley, in my opinion, does not have the capability of getting the best out of these guys who definitely have the talent. If they didn't, we wouldn't have been up by 2 touchdowns. So the problem is definitely the coaching, because he sounds the same in his post-game show whether we win, as long ago as that was, or whether we lose. And he doesn't say it's on me. He says, oh, well, we just have to figure it out. And these players we haven't been able to do. This is on him and the rest of the coaching staff to not say what they need to say in the locker room during halftime, to say, look, we've been here before and we lose. we have the capability to win. Let's keep it going. Let's not get complacent because we're 2 touchdowns up. And whether I don't know what he's telling them. I don't know if he's telling them anything. But if the other teams can come out and adjust and beat us, we should be able to adjust to keep them from beating us, and it's not happening. And I told you guys a couple games ago, I didn't think we were going to win anymore, and I'll be surprised.
Oh, not you too, Pam. Not you too. You and Helen.
Well, I mean, I told you that before Helen did. I told you that a couple weeks ago because I don't see the camaraderie between.
We're supposed to be baking cookies and celebrating wins. Instead, it's just doom and gloom.
Well, how can we celebrate a win that we don't have?
No, you're right. You're right. I can't argue with you. I don't know why you think I'd even be mad at what you just said. Yeah, it's an objective truth to what most of the things that you said. So of course I'm not mad.
I'm glad you're not, because that would be worse than the loss for me.
Oh, don't you say? I could never be mad at you ever.
Oh, thank you. Well, I just pray. We need somebody else. I'm sorry, but I do not think Lincoln is the guy. Because I think, like you said about Utah, it's not about getting the best guys. It's about getting the best out of them. And he doesn't know how to do it. I'm sorry. And I appreciate you guys hearing me. Thank you so much.
Hey, Pam, of course, always.
Oh, my goodness. Dude, did you just hear her in that call? She sounded like she was about to cry.
You think you're about to cry? Were you crying before the show?
I got daughters now. I got kind of soft, bro. I'm not going to lie.
Pam, thanks as always for the call. And to touch on one of the things that Pam said about the mentality about these teams and what they look like as they're coming back on us, and you can attest to this too as a former player, right? There's a different mentality when you are a team like a Maryland or a Minnesota. You're playing at home. You're not expected to win, right? You can go out there and you can leave it all on the field against the USC Trojans, a team like USC, nothing to lose. Whereas on the other side for SC, that is one of the challenges of leading a team like USC, leading a program like USC, is that you have to find, you're never going to be that team. You're never going to be that little underdog, that little engine that could. No, like you're never going to be that. You have to figure out how to stomp on those teams that are coming out, going to play loose, going to play like you are their Super Bowl. And that's obviously a very different mentality.
That's what you sign up for when you come to USC. Even when we were on sanctions, people didn't look at us like, oh, this is the year, like a rebuild year, or oh, it doesn't matter. They still won 11 games.
Yeah.
Still finished ranked in the top 10 on sanctions.
And even if they beat us that year, it was still a big win for them, even if there was nothing for us to play for.
I played on teams. My junior year, I think we had 5 losses. Ridiculous. I already know. I apologize. But 5 losses, and like every team that beat us, even when
you played on a team with 5 losses.
Yeah, my junior year.
Were you just insufferable to be around?
Hey, man. If you ask some of my coaches, they might say yes. But my point is, even in those 5 loss seasons where it's like we're not anybody special this year, teams are celebrating like it's the national championship. They just beat USC. They are so thirsty to say, oh, we beat those California boys. And it's because as much as the world doesn't want to admit it, and especially the South doesn't want to admit it, beating USC means something. Yeah, USC comes with a certain prestige and nostalgia behind it that demands respect, like Ohio State, like Michigan, like Bama.
Yeah.
And it does not matter if the team is a top 10 team or a bottom 100 team. You're expected to win at USC at all times.
Let's go to our next caller. We got Joan in West LA. Joan, welcome to Trojans Wrap Up.
Thank you for taking my call, gentlemen.
Yeah, of course.
Our running backs. I know.
Joan, you called last year, right? End of the season last year?
Yes.
Yes, I remember.
Why?
I remember because she said we're all pronouncing your name wrong.
Yeah, Su'a.
Yeah.
Like
I remember that. I remember that.
There's a little the kind in between the U and the A.
The apostrophe, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was a 4-year member of the Trojan Marching Band in the late 70s, and I know I was spoiled with the teams we had. But can't we just run the ball? I mean, we don't have enough rhythm on the running backs for them to get go. I mean, somebody needs to go and show somebody on the team. Charles White, he kept on running the ball, and the better he. I can't even. I mean, I'm watching this team, and I think this is the first time in like 40 years we got into the third quarter. I went, oh, God, here we go. Oh, no, it's going to happen again. And I usually don't feel like that. But I can't. I don't know.
It's hard. It's hard to shake that right now.
And it's frustrating because even when we run the ball and do it well, we're not going to keep doing it. I don't think we will ever see, not ever see, but in this era of USC football, I don't think we'll see a running back get at least 30 carries, even if he's averaging 7 or 8 yards a carry. I think that
Does that happen anywhere right now, though?
I think that anywhere across college football, if your running back is getting 5+ yards every time he touches it, you're like, maybe I should just stick to that wheel that barrel until it runs dry. Like, that's just something that you do to keep the rhythm going. But I feel like, and I've been saying this for 3 years now, we run to give the quarterback a break. Even if it's a successful run or we got something going, we'll be like, yeah, we ran it twice, though, so now let's throw it twice. Like, that's what it feels like.
We ran the ball well in this game for sure.
Ran the ball every game.
But today specifically was not running the ball more.
No,
that didn't necessarily. I mean, today's losses felt exactly.
It was a team loss.
The loss felt deeper. But yes, I mean, you can certainly go back to the last few weeks and wonder what if. But I mean, that's just not. I don't know what the identity really is, but that's.
I know I never want to see us lining up for a field goal with time expiring anymore. Like, I would rather lose a game being ultra aggressive and throwing an interception at the 1 yard line because we were like, nah, we need to get in the end zone, over hoping and praying that we get in between the 35-yard line in hopes that our kicker can hit a 40-something yard. Like, I don't want to be in a situation where we're putting the game on our kicker. We've done that almost every single week now. Like, oh, come save us. And it's like, why aren't we just going as if we have to score?
What specifically in this one are you talking about? The late field goal to ice the game? Or?
Yeah, just in general. Like, I feel like whenever we have the ball, especially in the fourth quarter, with a chance to take the lead in a tied ball game, or if we have the lead, we just all of a sudden get ultra conservative and stop playing to win. And we play and watch the clock. And it hurts our offense because the offense is not built to watch the clock. We're built to attack and strike. And I just feel like we don't do that when the game starts to get tight, which is why I say our 4-minute offense is bad right now.
I mean, look, I know there are a lot of people talking about the game management and clock management. I'm not sure what you find from today's game in the fourth quarter. Everything kind of played out as, the big play in the fourth quarter was the blocked field goal.
We also threw an interception. We also threw an interception in the second half.
The interception in the second half was huge.
We go up 3 touchdowns on that drive.
I'm talking about the late stages of the game.
Yeah.
Last half of the fourth quarter. And just specifically to talking about game management, clock management. Like, the game lined up the way we needed it to at the very end. We had a chance to ice it with that field goal. It got blocked. They had the lateral. They returned it. They had all the momentum.
But then even that last drive of the game,
they were moving the ball. They moved the ball.
But the same thing as Penn State. We got to that 50-yard line, and it was like what? No man's land. And we don't have a play because we don't know if we want to get 15 yards and be aggressive or if we just want to get 6 yards to try to set up the field goal. Like, that is my problem. That decision-making right there.
But in that spot right there, I think it's fair to play for a field goal because you still have 50 yards to go.
So get as close as you can, though. Like, get as close as you possibly can. My kicker just got a kick blocked. My kicker also missed a field goal that was even closer than where we are earlier in this game. Why, at the very least, am I trying to, let's get it between 45 yards and hope? No, let's get it to 20-something yards and give them a 30-something yard if we can get it there. Like, we don't have that mindset, though, and it shows, and it's predictable. So that's why you're asking me, they're only rushing 3. Yeah, because they know we're trying to get out of bounds. And if we throw it in the middle because we have one timeout left, the game is over, or there's a 55-yard field goal that he has to kick. So either way.
We still had that timeout.
And it would have been a 50-yard field goal from that spot. So it's like.
Joan, thanks for the call. Let's get to one more before our next break. We got Renee in Texas. Renee, you're on Trojans Wrap Up.
Hey, how you guys doing?
How you doing? Thanks for calling in.
We're doing all right, Renee. Just all right.
Yeah, so I've been a USC fan my whole life, and I follow USC very closely. I even want to start a channel because I follow recruiting. I follow them all year, and to have to go through this again this year after the soft play we saw last year, this is really a soft and weak-minded football team. This is now when you have to lead late in the halves or games are going down to the line and you're continuously blowing the game, it's a reflection of your head coach. And Lincoln Riley is soft. I just want to give one example. When LSU lost USC in the first game of the season, their head coach was fired up, and he got some heat for how fired up he was during the press conference. But his team
got a little heat on our show. Jake from North LA, I remember, had a pretty colorful call about Sir Brian Kelly.
Yeah, so exactly. And I just wish that I saw some of that fire from Lincoln Riley. He has no fire, and it just shows in his football team. I mean, I just wish if we move on from Lincoln Riley, I just hope the next coach is a coach who's hardcore, just a hard man who has some fire in him when his team gets fired up with him. That's pretty much all I got to say. I'm just pretty devastated and sick to my stomach about this season. But thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, you bet, Renee. I mean, look, bottom line, whatever you want from your head coach, different head coaches have different personalities and can get the job done in different ways. And it's not to say that someone more even keel can't be very successful, but certainly hear you, Renee. Hey, Trojan fans, you want the inside scoop on this game and all things Trojans? Be sure to sign up for the 3 Torches presented by Smart and Final. It's a free newsletter that'll hit your email inbox 3 times a week with game info, player insights, and more. Go to usctrojans.com/3 Torches and sign up. 866-961-3776 is the phone number to call. Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo. Sua Craven's Jason Schwartz with you, wrapping up this USC 29-28 loss at Maryland. More phone calls after this break on the ESPN LA USC Trojans Media Network.
Hi, it's Hannah, and welcome to the HannahCast. Today, Piggy Bank's going to fuel our episode with questions about Argo rewards. Yep, earn up to $7 in rewards at sign up. Uh-huh, and 5 cents on every gallon. Sounds pretty sensible, if you ask me. Oh, all this savings talk making you hungry? Here you go. Learn how to earn at arcorewards.com.
Offer valid until October 31st, 2024. By entering your phone number, you're agreeing to receive recurring automated informational and marketing SMS, MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
When you've got good beer and good vibes, it's all Buena. Introducing Stone Buenavesa Salt and Lime Lager. Brewed with real lime and a touch of sea salt, this insanely refreshing Baja-inspired lager is perfect for celebrating the good life with good people. Imported from San Diego to wherever you are in 6-packs, 12-packs, and on draft. Find Buenavesa near you using the beer finder at find.stonebrewing.com and show how you live Buena on Instagram at LiveBuena.
Looking for the play of the day? That's easy. Fight on to victory with USC and fly on faster with ONT, the fastest and easiest airport experience in SoCal. Not to mention, Ontario International Airport has over 70 nonstop flights to more than 20 major destinations with less traffic coming in and out. In other words, getting here is a breeze, and so is following our Trojans anywhere the season takes them. Because let's be honest, faster is always better when it comes to your airport. Start planning your next journey today at SoCalSoEasy.com.
Trojan fans, you may not think of yourself as an athlete, but everyday life is full of athletic feats. You bend, you reach, you lift, you twist until back, neck, or shoulder pain hits, which brings you to a stop. But whether you're an athlete or not, the Joint Chiropractic can help ease your pain and keep you on the active list. Visit thejoint.com today to get your first consultation, exam, and adjustment for just $29. The Joint Chiropractic, the official chiropractor of the USC Trojans.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of USC Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
At Audi, what drives you matters. But what you're driving towards matters more. The new fully electric Audi Q8 e-tron. How we get there matters.
Don't let someone else drive off in the Audi model you've always wanted. Visit your Southern California Audi dealer to get behind the wheel of yours today. Or visit SoCalAudiDealers.com for more information.
In the game of savings, it's all about making the right moves. Whether you're just kicking off your financial journey or already making big plays, USC Credit Union is here to help you come out on top. With high rates across savings and checking accounts, CDs, money markets, and IRAs, your money will grow faster and stronger. Plus, with our wealth management services, you'll have an expert coach guiding you at every stage of your investment journey. Make your money move up. Visit usccreditunion.org to get started. Federally insured by the NCUA.
It's DeMarco Farr. You're listening to USC Maryland right now on 710. We'll be talking about the game on Monday, plus Dodgers and the NFL. Travis and DeMarco Show, Monday at 9 a.m. on 710 ESPN, the home of the Trojans. Fight on.
I can't sing that song. This is a Disney Channel.
USC fans, you getting hungry? It's always a good idea to order with Postmates. They have some of the best restaurants in town and are the only delivery app that drops the delivery fee and service fee on all eligible orders over $50. Terms apply. See app for details.
Do we have to win for that?
Don't have to win.
Woohoo! I like our chances.
Sue Cravens.
It's a good buddy.
Jason Schwartz with you here on Trojans Wrap Up, presented by Modelo. 29-28 the final score today in Maryland. Trojans fall to 3-4, 1-4 in conference play. Taking your calls, 866-961-3776 is our number. Still plenty of callers to get to, so let's not waste any time. We got John in Orange County. John, welcome to Trojans Wrap Up.
Hey guys, not a good day. Hasn't been one for a while here, since really the LSU game almost, really. But I guess I had comments on both sides of the ball, all three sides of the ball. But on defense, just to sort of, throw a cookie to the guy that from Palisades, I think, that was
Brian
comparing the defense to last year. I think the issue
you should
that
throw Brian a cookie.
Well, I'm just saying, I think what he was expressing, that I think a lot of the other callers expressed too, was you don't feel like the defense is going to be able to stop the guys to save the game, and which is what we've had, what we had last year. In other words, whether it was 40 points or whether it was 21 points, you don't feel like they're going to. They did in the LSU game, but since then, you don't.
You
feel
felt
like
the defense last year would save the game?
No.
No, I'm saying they were. That's what that was the same thing.
He's
from
saying
last
it
year,
feels the
just
same.
Oh,
like they're
okay.
not going
Okay.
to get the stop. They didn't get it last year. Like they're not going to get it this year.
Because I was like, I think you and Brian go to the same AA meetings or something, because there's no way you believe that. But I got you. Sorry, I heard you wrong.
Yeah. And on offense, I think that, the concern that I have that I feel like isn't being articulated by some of the other callers, but they get the sentiment, which is, again, you don't feel like it's a well-balanced offense. You hear Coach Harvey Hyde, who isn't exactly a guru, but, I mean, he's just an old-time fundamental guy, and he says that whether it's in the run game or the pass game, you've got to make the defense, guess. You're going to do this thing. You got to be able to hit the outside. You got to be able to go against the grain. You got to be able to hit all the holes. You can't just run every once in a while and go the same play every time. You have to have either two backs, or the quarterback's got to be a second running back, so that you play defense too. I mean, you got to wonder if he does that. I can't totally commit because he may run around me. They may go a reverse on me. We had one play this year, and that was the Joyner run, on the fake reverse. It was the only time we even, went against the grain and had somebody, that was actually, you go, well, that was a great play. We never did it again, And in pass offense, we don't use the backs effectively. They're just somebody that sort of is out there. They're never, when we do run those plays, it's so obvious that we're going there. That's why the Marks play, failed in my opinion, because it's like they know we're going to try to do a 3-yard pass play. It's never like we do that and then he breaks and then he's wide open because he faked that and then he released and he would have gotten 15 yards.
Well, let me say this. Yeah, you had me in the first half, because if you agreed with Brian, I was going to find your VPN and block you for the rest of the phone calls that we have proceeding for the next 5 or 6 games. But you didn't. But to acknowledge the rest of the things you're saying, we don't run the ball. That's just, even when we run the ball well, that's not our identity. We're not going to continue to run the ball. That's not what we want to do. That's just not USC football right now. Even if, and it's crazy to say that, because Woody is almost like running for 100 yards every game. And it seems like once he gets around that 100-yard mark, we're like, all right, that's enough. Let's start passing the ball. So That's what we got, and that's what you should expect from this offense. I don't get why people are watching these games thinking we're going to install a brand new offense week in and week out. Like, this is our identity.
But
this
what's
is
weird
what they're going to do.
I mean, the offense moved the ball today.
Yeah.
I mean, they had almost 450 yards of offense. Miller Moss had a good day. He had a good day statistically. I'm pulling it up right here. He had 336 yards, 34 of 50, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was only sacked 1 time. Woody Marks ran the ball effectively. So the offense moved it well in this game.
In the first half.
It's just...
In the first half. Numbers lie. That I will say. Numbers are you can misconstrue numbers if you just read a stats and say, oh, well, the offense did enough. Because if we watch this game, you would think that the offense had a terrible game if you're watching from the third quarter on. You would think that if you see some of the throws that we left out on the field in the first half, we should have been beating Maryland 35-7 going into the half. So I don't go off of like exactly what the numbers say because they don't necessarily tell the whole story.
But I'm just trying to find they were pretty good on third down, 6 of 14, 1 of 2 on fourth downs. They were in the red zone twice. They got it in both times. Now, Maryland was in the red zone 5 times in this game.
Maryland's quarterback threw for 4 bills, I think. Like, again, it comes down to identity, effort, attitude, physicality, finish. Like, and those are things you get from the top down. And if you're not gritty, if you're not naturally physical, if you're not naturally got that hunger and umph to you, why do we think that it'll come out in the fourth quarter of the game when we haven't seen it?
Incredible. I know Pete went over this after the incredibly even stat line. I mean, you look at the team by team. I'm not going to go through every stat here, but I mean, this looked like a game that was decided by only 1 point.
Yeah.
I mean, it was incredibly even stat lines.
Is
on both
Maryland
sides.
even close to as good a team as we are?
Shouldn't be.
So the stats shouldn't look like that.
Let's hit up Mitch in New Jersey next. Hey, Mitch, welcome back to the show. How you feeling?
Hey, Jason. Sua. Right? Did I get that right? I know it's new generation.
Well, if you're Polynesian or
new
Samoan,
generation.
You would say Sua. But, in America, they say Sua. I don't know where the W ever came from.
The woke
but
people
we just
call
rolled
Sua.
with it. Sua? But, yeah, it's fine. What's up, Mitch?
Sua. Right. Well, it's not fight on anymore. It's fight off.
Oh, my gosh.
Right. It's incredible. It's like pedal to the metal. Does Lincoln Riley know that? It's only 60 minutes, maybe overtime. He might get some overtime, but he tries to get too fancy. But somebody tells me you're not going to win a championship unless it's student right, student left. It starts with the running game. And I like these others. I like all 4 running backs. I wonder what's happened with Lamarian Patterson. You got Jackson, and you also have Joyner. And Joyner, it looks like he's good too and gets a chance. What was it? It's like a quote. It's only like a limitation. I know Lemon came through today, but that defense just can't stop it. I know I want to blame injuries and leaving the portal because they didn't get enough playing time. And I'm hearing we're not winning the NL game, so we're never going to get such and such. And I hope we don't lose Walker Lyons' brother. I know I'm getting ahead of myself here. And Julian, is it Juju? I forgot his name. I know we lost Malachi Nelson. But the recruiting in Lincoln is not really turning around. Not since the Pete Carroll days. It just doesn't have a call. I mean, you can't get 1 yard. You can't keep the defense off the field. It starts with the run game, which you say was productive. Then keep running the ball. Start running the ball at the game. He went away from the run. He started throwing the ball at the beginning of the game. We lost to a basketball school. Am I right?
No, you're right.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely not a football school.
You're right.
Definitely not a football school. Thanks, Mitch, for the call. I mean, look, I think one of the things too that when we keep talking about running the ball more is if USC is going to be as good as we all want USC to be under this current staff, right? Like they need to. They're not going to win the Big Ten. They're not going to win national championships. Being a running football team. I mean, this is the identity that your head coach wants to instill in your program. And I think for USC to be the most successful, of course, we need to obviously be playing to his strengths. But thanks for the call, Mitch. Let's go to Don in the San Gabriel Valley. Don, welcome to Trojans Wrap Up.
Oh, hi, fellas. Great to be on with you. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet,
Man,
Don.
there is no joy in Trojanville tonight. I listened to some of the great calls, and the ladies have had some great calls. Poor Helen, you can hear the despair in her voice.
Helen, like, my goodness.
Yeah, and that one poor lady that was literally in tears when you see.
Yeah,
people
Pam
that
was
care
crying.
so
I'm telling
dang
you.
much.
No, that was. I think you're talking about that was Sua actually.
Okay.
And then Joan. When she mentioned Charles White, I was thinking. You think of the great days when USC was tailback U, and you had. My sister went to USC when OJ was there, way back in the day, and you think of like OJ, Ricky Bell, Anthony Davis, Doodle Bear, and then Marcus Allen. All these great running backs, and the great running backs like Reggie Bush we had under, and I always say his name wrong. Is it Lendale White?
Yep,
Lendale White.
We had that great 1-2 punch, Thunderbird and Night Train pounding away. And it's just frustrating. Like I know you can't win by just running the ball, but when you set that identity, I know, I'm thinking of a lot of coaches that they want their team to lead in rush attempts. They know they might not get the most yards, but they're going to establish that theme, and then you do all your variations off the theme. I mean, I'm not a coach, but I'm just saying. But like when you're a team like this, it's loaded with talent. You're leading in the fourth quarter, and again and again and again, you keep blowing it. Like if you were coaching a fighter, you'd say, "What's going wrong? My guy's got all the skills, all the moves. He's tough, blah blah blah." But we keep blowing it in the last round. What the heck is going on? So. I'm not Lincoln Riley. I'm not making the big bucks. He is. It's his job to fix it. But if he can't, hey, maybe Pete Carroll's available. Oh, have we got his number in speed dial? Just say it, man. Just say it. Anyway, thanks, guys. Thanks.
He's coaching. He's coaching.
He's on campus.
He's teaching a class. He's teaching a class. That'd be a fun class to take. That'd be a fun class to take.
I think Pete is in no rush to get back to the college football scene. I think he is very content with his life and career as it stands. At USC.
Thanks, Don, for the call. Let's go out to Phoenix. We got Matt on the line. Matt, welcome to Trojans Wrap Up.
Hey, fellas. I just want to send a reminder here and hopefully boost everybody's spirits here. The team is starting to remind me a lot of the 2001 season, injury bug getting us here. For goodness sakes, we had Sonny Bird running the ball out of the backfield as our leading rusher that season. And, we lost 4 games that season by a combined total of 15 points. And I think we all remember the decade of destruction that built up here. So I really feel like we need to, get a chin up here. The fans, the team's going to turn around. And I know that because I know plenty of Big 12 coaches that Lincoln Riley tore their hearts out and they're still beating heart. So everybody just needs to buck up, and we're going to turn this thing around, and, we're going to have better seasons to come. Right on.
All right, Matt, thanks for the call. Thanks for the positive outlook. It's nice to hear that there are people out there who are, who are finding the glass half full.
Yeah, and I'm going to shoot a 75 tomorrow on the golf course.
One more call before our next break. Let's go to Brandon in Yorba Linda. Brandon, welcome to Trojans Wrap Up.
Fight on, fellas. Another heartbreaker. I think it's time we bench Miller Moss. And you might call me crazy, but you need the fast, mobile quarterback for Lincoln's offense. They do this, the read where Miller rides the handoff to Woody Marks. If you watch the game tonight, Maryland defenders literally did not even wait and hold the line to see if he was going to fake it. Miller can't run. He's slow. And every single time he hands it off, and then we're tackled in the backfield, and it's like 2nd and 12, 2nd and 14, and then we have to, start hucking the ball. We need to start running downhill. We pull all the tackles. It's like, what happened to scoop blocking? I called you guys against when we played Michigan, and Sua, you said, hey, you can't change the blocking. It's not that hard. It's not hard to change the blocking schemes. It's all about your footsteps. I played football as well. I actually played against you, Sua, in high school. It's all about the steps. So it's like it's ridiculous.
You okay over there, Sua?
Where did you play at in high school?
We play at Esperanza.
Okay.
In Anaheim.
I don't know who told you that it's not hard to change blocking styles or blocking types, but that is incorrect. You have pass blocking linemen, you have run blocking linemen, you have a coach that either teaches.
We don't do either. So what's the big deal? Like, at least try to change it.
You don't think we pass block today?
What? It's against Maryland. Maryland's trash.
So, but
you saw what happened.
How many yards did Miller throw for today?
What, 300? Whoop-de-doo. He's thrown for 300 a couple times.
How many times was he sacked today?
One, because of a shitty team.
So it sounds like regardless of what answer you're going to be given, you have your mind made up on what you're saying. You're saying that there's no pass blocking taking place, but he was sacked one time. So that would indeed entail that they protected Miller today. Miller almost threw for 4 bills. So to say that Miller is not contributing or helping to almost get these dubs is an incorrect statement. I can agree with you on the RPO situation where there is no real threat in the mesh because Miller doesn't run. So why, as a defender, would I contain as if a quarterback's going to run? You are 100% correct when it comes to that. But to think that you can change pass blocking or run blocking or turn a guard into a tackle or it's all the same, it's just about steps, my boy, you got to get a grip on that.
The basic fundamentals is steps. So it
is not. If I'm going to tell you right now, I played against a lot of first round and second round left tackles and right tackles and guards. And I promise you, if you think it comes down to just steps, you would not be on the field. And if a lineman came to me thinking because his steps are correct, he was getting his ass tossed out the club. You need to be talented, you need to be skilled, and you need to be coached in certain ways and have certain disciplines to do what you're saying. So for you to truly believe that blocking is as simple as taking steps, you are wrong. Otherwise, everybody in the NFL that is a paid professional to teach linemen how to block would be running the ball every play like the Dallas Cowboys used to. But there's a reason why there are Pro Bowlers that are on O-line. There's a reason why people like Trent Williams exist, because there are people that block, that do things that most can't, and that's the reason why they get the big bucks.
Dude,
so
you must have taken a dirty shot on Sua in that Esperanza Vista Marietta game back in the day that Sua remembers.
I don't even remember playing Esperanza. Like, I don't even think I was there. Hey, man, like I said, if you believe that you can just change blocking and it's not hard to teach a certain technique and it's not hard for a lineman to get his job, you are so out of touch when it comes to that. There are a reason why teams like Wisconsin can put running backs in the first round year in and year out and have 2,000-yard rushers, because they block a certain way that nobody else knows how to block or stop, which is why it made them unique and successful. The same with Stanford when David Shaw was the head coach, and they would run the ball at 17 personnel. Please know what you're talking about before calling in. I do not care about your high school level of experience.
But thanks for the call. Fight on, Trojans, and fly on with ONT. Ontario International Airport is a proud sponsor of our USC Trojans. Visit SoCalSoEasy.com to book your journey through ONT today. We have one more break to get to and then a final few calls before we wrap things up here on Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo. So we'll take a break. We also are going to give you our Arco top-tier performances of the game. That's all coming up after this final break. Don't go anywhere. Still got a few callers to get to here on Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo on the ESPN LA Trojans Media Network.
Hey, it's Mace, and this is USC football back where it belongs on 710 ESPN. KSPN Los Angeles, a good Karma Brands radio station. Fight on!
Hi, it's Hannah, and welcome to the HannahCast. Today, Piggy Bank's gonna fuel our episode with questions about Arco rewards. Yep, earn up to $7 in rewards at sign up. Uh-huh, and 5 cents on every gallon. Sounds pretty sensible, if you ask me. Oh, all this savings talk making you hungry? Here you go. Learn how to earn at arcorewards.com.
Offer valid until October 31st, 2024. By entering your phone number, you're agreeing to receive recurring automated informational and marketing SMS, MMS messages from Marathon. Consent not required for purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
USC Trojan fans, Smart Stop Self Storage is ready for game day. Smart Stop Self Storage is committed to making the self-storage experience easy and hassle-free for all Trojan fans. Whether you're storing your Trojans tailgate gear, need temporary storage while moving to a new home, or need a storage solution for your business, we're here for you with convenient locations throughout Southern California. Smart Stop Self Storage, the smarter way to store. Visit smartstop.com to reserve your space today. Fight on. Fight on.
USC Football and Children's Hospital Los Angeles continue to support the pediatric needs of our community. For over 120 years, CHLA has been at the forefront of providing exceptional medical care for children across California. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as the #1 children's hospital in California, CHLA has consistently ranked among the top national hospitals and has been on the honor roll of best children's hospitals since its inception. Whether it's routine care or life-saving treatment, families trust CHLA for its world-class pediatric care. To learn more, visit chla.org today.
Tommy Trojan is at the 10, the 5, touchdown, USC! Make big plays on the field and in life. With iTrust Capital, you can buy and sell crypto 24/7 with the tax benefits of a retirement account. That's right, invest in crypto with the tax advantages of an IRA. iTrust Capital is easy to use and has no sign-up fees. Don't be a Monday morning quarterback. Make big plays now. Visit itrustcapital.com/USC to start investing today. The official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans. Taxes and conditions may apply. Fees apply. Cryptocurrencies are a speculative investment.
You're listening to USC Football on the home of the Trojans, 710 ESPN. Fight on.
Closing time. We did not win tonight, so you can't get your free donut today. Yeah.
Singing Sua Cravens, Jason Schwartz with you here, wrapping up Trojans Wrap Up presented by Modelo. Final today in College Park, Maryland. The Terps over the Trojans, 29-28. Few more calls to get to, so if you are hanging on the line right now, don't go anywhere. And let's go to Long Beach. We got Steve waiting patiently. Steve, welcome to Trojans Wrap Up. How you doing?
Pretty good. Thanks, guys, for taking my call.
Always, Steve.
So I graduated from SC in 79, went to class with Charlie White, knew Marcus Allen, knew Ricky Bell. I mean, those were the glory days. Had John McKay as the head coach my freshman year, John Robinson the years after that, and I was a season ticket holder for 36 years, sitting on the front row on the 50-yard line right behind the bench. So got to see some pretty good teams. Here's my comment about the team. I think what we need is an unconventional action being taken with this head coach. I don't see him with a lot of passion or as much passion as I've seen with some of the other coaches that we've had. I don't want to say that he's, waiting to be fired, because I don't think that, anybody waits to be fired.
What exactly is an unconventional action?
Okay, well, here's my suggestion. I don't want to fire the guy. I don't want anybody to fire the guy, and I'm not suggesting a GoFundMe, account to buy him out at $88 million. But some of the other callers have touched upon this, and you guys have touched upon it. We've got people like Marcus Allen and Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush and Lendell White and Pete Carroll all around L.A., and those guys are knowledgeable. You've
So
got
Steve, what are you suggesting?
I think we need an intervention. I think our new athletic director needs to sit down with Lincoln Riley and with these professionals and say, hey, your staff isn't working, and we need a new direction. And if we have to decide what your coaching staff is going to be, we're going to be the ones to do it, because apparently you can't do it. You can't pick the right people. And I think maybe that's what should happen after the season ends.
I'll give you that that's unconventional. To me, I don't see any way in which a scenario like that has any effect in reality. I mean, first of all, none of the people you listed, they're not head coaches. They haven't been head coaches. I mean, it takes it's not just as easy as saying, hey, you need to come in and show more passion. I just don't see how that continues any sort of healthy relationship. and I don't see how anyone's flourishing with that happening.
People who are exposed to all these football programs across the nation, they know good programs from bad programs. They know the good coaches from the bad coaches. And maybe what we need is, somebody in the ear of our athletic director saying, hey, look at this guy at this school or that guy, maybe he would be a good fit at USC. Let's talk about it, because
you're going to say that to your current head coach that you're employing? You're going to say that this guy would be better?
Well, the pressure was put on Lincoln Riley to get rid of Alex Grinch, and he's gone. There was $1 million buyout, and that guy was getting $4.3 million a year to coach. What's to say that that's a bad idea? And what's to say that he's not going to be receptive to the idea? He's making $10 million a year. He's not going to fight.
What idea? You getting rid of? They already got rid of Alex Grinch.
Yeah, that you replace the staff, the people who are not coaching. The people who are not coaching these kids to their potential. We've got 4 or 5-star players, and why is it that we're losing to teams like Maryland? I can't even imagine it. I can't imagine.
All right, Steve. Yeah, thank you for the call. Thank you for the call. I hear the frustrations. I just don't know how that's the. I just don't see how that's the solution. Let's go out to Arizona. We got Johnny in Flagstaff. Johnny in Flagstaff. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
We're doing.
I know.
Just one play away, baby.
Right after the game, I said, "Oh boy, Sue is gonna be pissed."
Hey, it was just one play away, baby.
Well, just a couple of points real quick, and I thought it was pretty funny, Sue. You threw a little shade over at Marietta Mesa. I had 2 nephews that played there, but, it's all good. I understand.
Hey, I didn't tell you to send them to Mesa. We're undefeated against the Rams.
Well, my brother actually was coaching there that year, those 2 years that they went there. So, they
Oh, you kept it in the family. All good.
Hey, Johnny, what's up, man? How you feeling about the game?
All right, so oh man, it's painful. It's painful to watch, man. And I said it from the beginning of the year. I always thought that as long as Miller would play within the system, we'd be all right. But it's obvious and it's proof. I don't blame the defense. The defense were far better than we were last year. Thank God we tackle and. Granted, fourth quarter, we got a little gassy. I know those guys were tired, man, but, defense will be out there as long as the offense ain't moving the ball. So, for having an offensive guru on our sideline, we can't seem to put up any points or, enough to win the game anyways or close out the game. There's points that are reiterated throughout the whole, thing. And my last point is, my last thing you guys can comment on after is, I'm just waiting for Coach Matt Entz to take over. You didn't pull that dude from a successful run at North Dakota State just to be a linebackers coach. Man, I know that guy. I've seen his programs. He's tough. I think he's gonna be what we need. But that's my opinion. You guys can tear it apart, whatever. But I'm just waiting for Entz to come in, man. That's all I'm waiting for. Coach Entz, let's do it, baby.
Hey, thanks for the call, Johnny.
I just want anybody listening at home, if you're on the line getting ready to call, just keep the number 88 million in your head before you suggest that any replacing of anything is going to take place, okay? There is absolutely no way we're hiring somebody to, monitor things for Lincoln. We're not hiring somebody to play calls. We brought Lincoln in and gave him this amount of money and entrusted that his offensive mindset can get the job done. And whether you like it, whether I like it, whether the SC Nation watching likes it, it's going to happen. And that's just what it is. And you either are going to remain a fan and keep watching, or you're just going to keep repeating yourself and not watch anymore. But my point is, Lincoln Riley and his offense are here until the entirety of that contract is paid. So trying to talk about every coach or suggesting another name is pointless at this point. It's not reality. It's just not reality. That's not how I feel. That's not my opinion on the matter. It's just a fact. There's not $88 million to just throw away and think that you can bring in an even better coach. Who, again, would you expect? They're going to expect the same amount of money. So let's stay within reality and understand we can address the problems we can address, and that aspect of what we're talking about, that's not changing.
We got one more caller here. It's got Evande in San Francisco. You're our last caller. Closing up shop for us, Evande. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, and I'm glad I'm last. So first things first, next Friday, this is for the Trojan family. Please show up at 8 o'clock. Do not sell your tickets. We need all the support the team can get. And also to the Trojan, especially alumni, please calm down. Remember, we can't afford an $88 million buyout because we had all those lawsuits in the last 4 years. Please remember that. So, and then to you guys, Jason and Stuart, thank you for taking my call.
Of course.
So at the 4th and 1 at the Maryland 24, would it have been better to continue to try to run that? Because it wasn't a 2-minute break, and we're at 2 minutes left. Should we have went for that 1 yard just to run out the clock so we can actually get the win, or do what he did? Because to me, because I'm also a coach too, but I'm basketball. To me, he's very, very scared when he gets down to those final 2 minutes of a game.
So wait, what?
She's talking about the drop pass on 4th and 1 or 4th and 2 that we turned it
with
over
12
on the last
with
drive
12
of the game.
seconds left.
Yes.
No, with 2 minutes left. No, with 2 minutes left. It was 4th and 1 with 2 minutes left.
But I don't think we didn't have the ball. That Maryland had the ball at that time. Did they not?
No, we had the ball at 2 minutes left. We're on the Maryland 24.
She's talking about when we threw the ball over the middle instead of just running.
But that was 12 seconds left.
No, that was 2 minutes left. We were at a 4th and 1.
It was the question I asked. I say, if we run the ball here with one timeout now, how are we going to address this? Are we going to score? Or are we going for a field goal? But I agree with what you're saying as far as decision making when the game gets tighter. I feel like we get ultra conservative and we play not to lose, and that's exactly why we lose, because we lose our edge and we lose our aggressive nature. And defense, as a defender, I'm aware when our offense is scared to push the gas and attack downfield. So then as a defender, you get more aggressive and play a little tighter, and getting 1 yard becomes a very hard thing to do, as we just seen. So I can agree. We get ultra conservative with our play calling in our 4-minute offense. And I've been saying it, our 4-minute offense is not good right now.
Because they had been working, because they had 82 yards today, and he's been good now with 100 yards on the last few games. Even our losses, he's been getting over 100 yards. So just keep running the ball if you have the opportunity. But, yeah, thank you for your call, and thank you for your time tonight, guys. And fight on and beat the Knights next week.
Yeah, thank you, Evande. Fight on.
Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. If I know USC fans like I know USC fans, there'll be plenty of parking on Friday's game. Plenty of people not going to go, because that's what USC fans love to do. They ride the wave when we're winning, and they disappear when things go south. I can admit it. Like I said, I'm going to tell the truth. Don't get butthurt now because I'm talking about y'all, because I can talk about everybody. I talk about myself, too. I had to apologize to Paul, for goodness sakes. Y'all going to take your lashings, too. Y'all fans, y'all be MIA when we start missing. I bet you, I'll see at least 2 different sections empty because we're not winning. I don't like you type of fans. I like fans that ride or die. I don't like the, when it's good, it's good. Y'all like IG models. Y'all want me because I got clout and I just signed a max deal, so now I look good, but couldn't answer the DM when I was undrafted. I don't like that.
Yeah,
be real.
Hey, Friday night with Rutgers in town, that was going to be a tough sell to begin with. This is...
Let me gaslight everybody that's not coming to the game. They're not justified to do that, okay? If you bought tickets and if you're a season ticket holder, don't let me hear that you sold your tickets.
All right, time to get to our Arco top tier performances of the game. Sua, you want to start?
Our punter killed it today. Woo! I think we had like 2 of them things inside the 5.
I actually there were, I think, 3 inside the 20. You're going Eddie Czaplisky.
Eddie.
When I went with Czaplisky earlier this year.
Bro,
do you remember how you reacted to that? Remember how you reacted to that?
He flipped field positions. He made
remember how
Maryland
you
go
react?
on
I'm just holding you.
The
You like to hold
importance
everybody
of a
else
kicker,
accountable.
And that's
I'm
all the
asking
time
you.
that we have today. I appreciate everybody. No, the importance of the kicker, the punter. Changing the field position and not allowing a return. It's just chef's kiss. It's because I saw it.
I'm gonna go Jacoby Lane. He didn't put up the best numbers of any USC receiver today, but that catch was one that when we think back on this game tomorrow, the only going back, let's go back to earlier today when we were playing the clips from the game, right? That was the only play that was the only play that you allowed us to call a highlight.
Right.
So I'm going to go Jacoby Lane with that catch, one of the best of the season, win or lose. That is one we will remember, and I think we'll see from time to time. All right, let's
get out of here.
Next one. All right, the next one is Rutgers, Friday, 8 o'clock. Sue, I realized this week I forgot to ask you.
Nope, don't do it.
I forgot.
I'm
not going to do it anymore. I'm not.
Don't.
There's no point. It's not fun anymore.
Just ask me. Just go W or L. Which one?
Oh, yeah. You sure? Rutgers comes to town next week. Rutgers lost at home by 3 today to UCLA,
and they'll play us like they're Alabama.
And what do you hope to see? What do you expect to see next week?
I don't know. I saw a tight end snap the ball and score a 40-yard touchdown a week ago, so I don't know what to expect.
What do you hope to, or are you out of hope? No more hope for Sue.
I'm a realist. USC 21.
Oh, I wasn't going to ask you for a score. I was asking what you were hoping to see next week.
USC 21, Rutgers 20.
21 points against Rutgers at home.
Did you just watch the game that I just watched?
They scored more than 21.
Okay, well, 21-20.
21-20.
Bet the under. Rutgers is losing 21-20.
Bet the under. Venmo request, Sua.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, Rutgers next week, 8 o'clock kick at the Coliseum. Friday Night Lights. Did you play any Friday games?
Entire movie.
Really? We were quoting it earlier. Y'all want to win? Put Booby in.
I know about Booby, and he can do it all, but I have never seen the movie start to finish.
I suggest it. It's a good one. I recommend it. Did you have any?
Would you duct tape your son's arms to the football and punch him?
I don't want your life. Wrong movie. Varsity Blues. Come on. No, Billy Bob. It's tan.
No.
You've never seen Varsity Blues?
No, that's why I started laughing.
Friday Night Lights, and Varsity Blues are two football movies that you need to watch before next week.
You want to know another football movie I haven't seen?
Put down the video games this week.
Finish?
No video games this week. No golf. Friday Night Lights, Varsity Blues.
You want to know one more football movie I haven't seen start to finish? Remember the Titans.
Damn.
I'm not a fan of football movies. I don't understand. Unless it's D3. If anybody has seen D3,
that's a hockey movie.
No, it's a
D3
football
Mighty
movie.
Ducks.
No, there's a D3. They shot it at Pacific Palisades. Probably it's on Amazon. One of the funniest movies you will ever watch. A football movie. Hilarious. See, one of them know what I'm talking about.
I think they're just laughing because you haven't seen any of these good movies.
I mean, I'll watch it for Denzel.
How's fantasy looking tomorrow? Your favorite part of the show? I'll give it to you. What do you got? What happened?
I'm staying alive.
How brutal would your weekend be if your fantasy team loses tomorrow? Like, what are we talking here?
What are you doing?
I'm just asking you.
Why do you always do this?
I'm
every
asking
week,
you.
Bro?
I'm
Why
saying
are you putting this juju out there? No, I don't want to know. We're gonna win.
Okay.
We're gonna win.
Well, you're only 3-3.
Okay. Hey, Parker, this is my last one, bro, because I don't want to work with him anymore because he's a bully, and you guys let him do it on the microphone. I've had to change mic locations. He's messing with me behind the scenes. Like, come on, man.
All right.
Let's talk about your team, Mr. First Place.
Yeah.
Mr. First Place. Aren't you going to lose to Jaden Daniels that was freshly acquired by the second place team?
Yeah, I probably am because he had the Denver defense that put up a 20 spot to start the week. I haven't had a single guy play. I'm already 79% chance to lose.
God doesn't like ugly. So
someone else is in my position for sure.
You're not living right.
You know what I'm talking about. All right. Thank you for all your calls, everybody. Always a pleasure here on USC Football Therapy. Our next broadcast next week, Friday night, 8 o'clock kick at the Coliseum, which means our coverage will begin with the Trojan Tailgate Show at 6 o'clock. You're gonna be on the field under the lights. Have you guys had a nighttime Trojans tailgate show? Oh, of course you have. Yeah, we played so many 7:30
And then we're going to
games.
be here till 3 in the morning. I have a family, people. I have a family. Okay?
Trojan Tailgate Show, Friday, 6 o'clock start before the 8 o'clock kick with Rutgers coming across the country to take on the Trojans. I'm finishing this up. You got any final words? You're the one you're talking about. You always want to leave. You got
hungry?
A family.
Let's go get something to eat after this, bro. We didn't eat. We didn't do our ritual. The grilled cheese and I guess it's my ritual. I know they missed me down there at Yard House.
Go right now. That's where you can find Sue, everybody. LA Live Yard House.
I might not tip
15
tonight,
minutes.
I'm upset.
The executive producer for USC Football is Matt Wells. Our producer is Rick Cutler. And in the studio is Brian Cohen with Jose De La Roca on highlights. For Suic Ravens, I'm Jason Schwartz. Again, the final score is presented by Wells Fargo, the official retail bank of USC Athletics. And today's final score was Maryland 29, USC 28. This has been USC Trojans Wrap Up. Fight on, everybody.
You've been listening to the USC Football Wrap-Up Show presented by Modelo.
An exclusive presentation by USC Sports Properties and